Hey, I'm Dr. Sarah Skidmore, and I am the Director of Marketing and Communications at First United Methodist Church, Winter Park. And in October of this year, we sent out a digital survey to our members. We were interested in their perspective regarding reopening, and we've shared these insights with our clergy and lay leaders as they make decisions. And we wanted to share with you some of the important insights that we found from this survey. So you'll see on the slide behind me a variety of different demographic related questions from the survey respondents. We had nearly 200 individuals respond to the survey. 66% of the respondents said they were part of a family, whether them or an immediate family member, who are part of that vulnerable population as defined by the CDC. We had just at 60% of respondents say they had someone in their family unit that was over the age of 50. And we had around 40% of survey respondents say that they had someone under the age of 50 in their family unit. So think of everything from our nursery to our children's ministry, students, young adults. Another thing to consider is related to preferred service type. The survey respondents, 57% said they prefer traditional service, with 23% preferring contemporary and 20% saying either works for them. Something that we've been asking throughout the pandemic is if individuals are finding valuable the different types of digital offerings that our clergy, lay leaders, and staff are offering. So this very colorful chart will tell us a variety of insights, but note that on this chart, the yellow and blue are indicators of value. And so you can see here that most of our survey participants have found the church updates, our clergy devotionals, and our online worship services to be some of the most valuable offerings that we've had during this season of pandemic. You'll also see in the other blue chart that we ask individuals to share how connected they were with our church before the pandemic, and we're pleased to see that the majority of respondents felt they were some level of connected to the church before we started all the different pandemic offerings we have. Now, this is an important slide. This slide represents a couple of different questions we ask regarding worship. And the middle chart, pie chart in the middle, I think is the most telling of all the questions and data that we have related to this survey, where we have 48% of respondents not interested in returning to in-person worship at this time, and 52% interested in returning to in-person worship at this time. And that really shows us that our church is sort of at a 50-50 split regarding comfort level. So we have a large group of individuals that are interested in coming back to on-campus worship, and then we also have a large group of individuals who are not comfortable at this time returning to on-campus worship. Then a couple of the different qualitative pieces that we have regarding concerns respondents had. There's a lot of concern over social distancing, wearing masks, individuals catching the virus at church, individuals not following the rules, as well as those interested in waiting for a vaccine. Now, we follow our worship limits based on the Florida Conference, but we're interested in getting perspective on comfort level with the amount of people in a single service. And so we had 32% of respondents say that they would be comfortable in a single service having less than 50 individuals. 41% said they'd be comfortable between 50 to 100 individuals in a service. 15% said they'd be comfortable up to 200. And then we do have a small number of individuals that would be comfortable with over 200 in a single service. So again, that just gives us a little bit of perspective of where our church is at with reopening worship. Another chart I want to share here is the pie chart on this slide. And so this question is about in-person worship. And so it's a sentiment that we can see as with the 50-50 on the previous slide. This one's pretty much 3/3, pretty equal split regarding this question as well. So we had about a third, 35% of respondents, so they will only participate in online worship for the foreseeable future. 32% said they would participate in online worship, and in the near future, possibly participate in in-person worship. And then 33% said that they would go ahead and register in advance to attend in-person worship right now. So again, it's giving us a little bit of a picture of where our congregation is at related to in-person worship. Now, we also ask a series of family ministry questions, and we gave those insights to family ministry as they're making their decisions. And I wanted to share with you next a couple of slides we have related to small groups and ministry meetings. So some of those concerns that individuals shared in the survey related to small groups is very similar to worship. Social distancing, wearing masks, catching the virus, exposure. Now, on this colorful chart, you'll see we asked the question of where the location, where individuals might feel comfortable meeting in their small groups or ministry meetings. We had everything from a person's house to a third-party location, on campus inside, on campus outside, and the yellow and blue colors share with us that those that responded are most comfortable meeting on campus outside, followed by on campus inside. So this question here is related to, what is your level of concern with returning to in-person small groups and ministry meetings? And this is also an important chart that sort of lets us know where our church is at. Again, we had nearly 200 participants. And you will see that we have from 0 to 10, not concerned at all at the bottom, all the way up to number 10, very concerned. And we have representation literally at every level of this. You'll see there's a large group that says they're very concerned, a large group that says they're neutral, and then we have a mix across the others. So it gives us a feel that we have individuals in our congregation that sort of fit in all the different areas of concern related to these types of questions. One of the final questions I wanted to share with you in this video is regarding safety. So we did ask individuals about what safety procedures were going to be important for them when we do have in-person gatherings. And we can see here from a sliding scale that wearing a mask is critical on campus, not having shared food or snack, having temperature checks, having water fountains potentially closed, as we go down the list here of those that said it was a concern, all the way down to not singing during worship, to filling out those questionnaires and waivers in advance. And finally, a small group of individuals also noted having restrooms closed except for emergency uses. So we wanted to share this information with you to let you know where our church is sort of at with the sentiment and feeling, and the pie chart from the worship question that's showing our 50-50 split, I think is the most telling information for us to consider. So please keep these insights in mind, and if you're interested in discussing the survey further, feel free to send me an email at sarahs@fumcwp.org, and I'd be happy to schedule a time to meet with you virtually and discuss any questions you may have regarding the survey. Have a great day.